Welcome to another episode of Jesus Lives. Today, we're diving into the dramatic story of Ehud and Eglon, a tale of bravery, deception, and liberation, found in the book of Judges. This is a story about a time when Israel had strayed far from God. As a result, they found themselves oppressed by a foreign king. But, as always, God had a plan, one that involved an unlikely hero. The story begins in a dark period for Israel. The Israelites had turned away from God, worshipping idols and living sinfully. In response, God allowed the Moabites, led by their king, Eglon, to conquer them. Eglon wasn't just any king, he was ruthless and had grown rich and powerful at Israel's expense. For 18 long years, the Israelites suffered under his rule. They were taxed heavily and had to deliver tribute to him regularly. But then, the people remembered God. They cried out to him for help, begging for deliverance. And God, in his mercy, raised up a deliverer, a man named Ehud. Ehud was not your typical warrior. He was left-handed, a trait that was rare and often looked down upon. But this would prove to be his greatest strength. Ehud crafted a small, double-edged sword, perfect for his plan. He concealed it under his clothing, strapped to his right thigh, a place where no one would expect it. One day, Ehud was chosen to deliver the tribute to Eglon. But this time, he wasn't just carrying money, he was carrying a secret mission from God. When Ehud arrived, King Eglon was sitting on his throne. Now, it's worth noting that Eglon was, well, quite large. The Bible even mentions his impressive size. Ehud presented the tribute, but he had something else in mind. After delivering the gifts, he told Eglon he had a secret message just for him. Curious, and maybe a little flattered, Eglon sent everyone out of the room. Now, it was just Ehud and the king, alone in the palace's upper chamber. Ehud leaned in and said, "I have a message from God for you." As Eglon leaned forward to listen, Ehud acted quickly. Using his left hand, Ehud pulled out his concealed sword, and plunged it into Eglon. The blade sank so deep that the handle disappeared. Ehud locked the doors to the chamber and escaped. By the time the Moabite guards realized something was wrong, Ehud was long gone. Ehud didn't waste any time. He gathered the Israelites and led them into battle against the Moabites. With their oppressive king gone, the Moabites were disorganized and defeated. Under Ehud's leadership, Israel was freed from Moabite rule. The land had peace for 80 years, a remarkable period of rest and restoration. So, what can we learn from Ehud's story? First, God uses unlikely people for great purposes. Ehud's left-handedness, once seen as a weakness, became the key to his success. Second, this story reminds us that God hears the cries of his people. No matter how far they had strayed, God was ready to deliver them when they turned back to him. And finally, Ehud's courage teaches us to trust in God's plan, even when it requires bold and unexpected action. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories.